We welcome you today to Philadelphia OIC. This is the beginning of a new day for our great organization. Many of you know that Philadelphia OIC was founded in 1964 by our great leader, Dr. Leon Sullivan, and on behalf of our board chair, Mr. Atif Bostic, as well as a number of our board members who are here today, we welcome you to our headquarters. As many of you know, our organization has been around since 1964. Our founder and distinguished pastor of Zion Baptist Church, Dr. Sullivan, founded this organization with the mindset of helping people help themselves. Dr. Sullivan had one mission, and that is to help people have a lift up. And so today we're very proud to continue the legacy of Dr. Sullivan and OIC. In 2015, this great board charged me with the responsibility of trying to strengthen our workforce programs. Over the past 2 years, our excellent team and I have worked tirelessly to develop a new vision for Philadelphia OIC that is inclusive of oftentimes of those individuals who are left out. After several months of planning, we are proud to announce today that Philadelphia OIC now has a 10-year model to help move people forward. And so today we want to share with you some of those aspects of our program. Many of you know that we have a hospitality program, an award-winning hospitality program that was founded in 1989. And today we now have courses and opportunities and information and health technology, construction, energy, and today we are proud to announce our banking program. Committed to helping individuals help themselves, we are glad today to announce officially the partnership between Philadelphia OIC and Bankwork, a free banking career training program that will help to equip members of our community with the knowledge and skills necessary to obtain and maintain successful careers in the banking industry. Akin to our hospitality training program, banking is a field that is profitable. It is a career that allows for people to have an upward trajectory. And so whether it is serving as a bank manager or a vice president, the income potential is great. And when people make more money, this significantly contributes to the impacting the city's Council President Darrell Clarke's revenues and boosting in the economy. When people earn higher wages, they typically spend more money in our great city. As many of you know, Philadelphia OIC helps to create opportunities for all members of our community, helping them everywhere obtain skills needed so that they can succeed in society. And so when we think about this new program, we are excited because we know that there are going to be individuals who have a high school diploma or a GED, but this program is going to help them become one day a branch manager, a vice president, and who knows where they will go from there. And so we look at this program as also helping to address the city's poverty rate. Many of us know it hovers close to 26%. In our hospitality training program, when students graduate, they make about $22,000 or $23,000 a year. But with Bankwork, individuals can start off making close to $35,000 a year, and that can continue to go up as they advance in the banking industry. And so we want to thank all of our partners. We especially want to thank Council President Darrell Clarke for believing in Philadelphia OIC and making the recommendation. We also want to thank banks like Wells Fargo, who advocated for us, and many of our other partners who are here today, like Citizens Bank. And so we're excited and thankful to not only President Clarke, but also all of the elected officials who are here, but also to Les Biller and to Ms. Anderson, Colleen Anderson, for picking Philadelphia OIC. We believe in our organization, we believe in our people, and we believe in the legacy of Dr. Sullivan, and we're excited about helping people on an upward trajectory in the banking industry. It is now my privilege to introduce our council president, but also the councilman for this area here in North Philadelphia, none other than Council President Darrell Clarke.
Thank you, Reverend. Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here for a number of reasons. One, because I represent the district. You know, I'm always happy about things happening in the district. But more importantly, to be in a place where there's such history. I was actually telling one of my younger staffers a minute ago about the history of this particular location, the history of this corridor, the history of the great Reverend Sullivan and how we dealt with self-empowerment. So I'm excited to be here to have this opportunity. Reverend, you mentioned the fact that we unfortunately have the designation as the city with the highest poverty level of the 10 largest cities in the country. And that's a designation that we clearly want to fix. So as a result of that, you know, we're always trying to think, and we're looking at Stafford, and we're talking to people, how can we deal with these issues? The simple reality is, in spite of having probably maybe second to Boston, some of the most significant universities in the country, Temple, Drexel, Penn, throughout our city, the simple reality is that everybody's not going to go to college, right? And sometimes when you talk to young people and you tell them, you can go to this 4-year college, and sometimes they kind of glaze over. So we talked about figuring out a way to get these entry-level jobs, something where there's a window of opportunity within reach of a lot of these young folks out here. And your older folks, too, because older folks want employment opportunity, too. So they looked, and I want to give credit, my man, former Councilman Good, who actually did some really good work pulling this all together. And Derek Green, and I didn't know that this guy was actually on your board. You know, he kept that secret from me. It's all good. But I want to thank them for doing the due diligence. So we reached out, we did our research, and we said, well, this is a great program, Bankwork. He said, well, you know, we looked at the timeline. They said, well, they're probably not going to come here for about 3-4 years, right? You looked at it, you said, yeah, all right. So the simple reality is that one of the things about elected officials, you know, they always say, well, I don't believe it, right? You know, we try very hard. And I want to say through a lot of conversation, putting things into play, expressing the needs of our city, that our good friends from the Biller Foundation, Les and Sheri, decided that this was the move they needed to make. And you kind of skipped us over a few other cities. We're not going to talk about it right now, who they were, but we really appreciate this. So as we talked about the possibilities of bringing this to fruition in the city of Philadelphia, we said, well, we got to really have a provider. And you got to thinking, you said, well, who the heck else but OIC, right? An entity that's not only so centrally located, that has the level of expertise in terms of administrative skills, and they have the ability to do this right here in the middle of our city. That was a natural choice. So I want to thank you, Reverend, so much for being the recipient of this wonderful opportunity. My friends from Wells Fargo, where we actually kind of started this conversation, thank you so much. It's just a very exciting time, so I just want to thank everybody. We can't wait to get those young people gainfully employed so they can start paying some of that wage tax. I'm just saying, you got to make the city work. You need money to do that. So, folks, I just want to thank everybody who's participated in this wonderful, wonderful, significant. This is truly a great day, and I'm just excited to have played a small part in this. Thank you. Thank you, Reverend.
We're going to continue. We have other speakers I'm going to ask now because I have to keep my job. My board chair, Chief Bostic, will come forward, and then we'll have Les Biller and others will follow.
Good afternoon. And so I want to start by, number one, thanking everyone for coming out this afternoon. I really want to talk about our board of directors. We have a very, very strong board of directors. We have Councilman Taubenberger, who sits on the board, so thank you for that. And thank you, Council President, Councilman Green, former councilman, for really doing a lot of work to bring this here. We're really, truly thankful for this. I have to say this morning that I'm excited, truly excited about this program, personally and professionally. So I'm a former banker myself, and I think I've probably worked for every bank in this room. And if you're a banker, you understand that, right? So you just keep going bank to bank to bank to bank. So I'm extremely excited to work with all of my former banks and all of my former colleagues on this initiative. Another thing that is important to me is that I'm also from North Philadelphia. I'm a North Philadelphia native. So this is where I grew up, in this community, and so to bring a program like this to the community that I grew up in is extremely important. So I'm excited about that as well. And the other piece, and I had an opportunity to talk with Les Biller and Colleen Anderson before this, and we were talking about our experience in the banking industry. And so I started as a teller in the bank, and I progressively grew within the bank to lead various initiatives and programs and lead national initiatives for the bank. But what I realized as I grew, there became less and less diversity as I grew in my career. And so one of the things that this does is it really creates an opportunity and a pathway into banking. And with that knowledge, it creates an opportunity for individuals, diverse individuals that come from this community, come from this neighborhood, and come from this city, to really get a toehold and to really advance their own careers within the banking industry. So I'm extremely excited about that, and I'm extremely excited about the opportunity that we have through Bankworks and the Biller Family Foundation to be able to do that. And I would be remiss if I really didn't talk about the other thing that brought that here, and that's the leadership. And so in 2015, like Dr. Johnson talked about, we really had the opportunity and the pleasure to welcome a new leader, a true leader to this organization. And you're actually standing in one of the examples of his work. So this lobby, and we can't believe it, I'll tell you today that it's complete. When we came in here, it's probably half the size of what it is now, and it's really now the gateway to opportunity within this organization. And so, you know, what I really want to do is recognize Dr. Johnson for his leadership in making this a reality and all that you do. So thank you. Every time I have an opportunity to do that, I'm going to do that. So thank you for all of your hard work. And so without further ado, I have the opportunity to now welcome two individuals to the podium to share the Bankworks program. And again, I had an opportunity to talk to both Les Biller and to Colleen Anderson. And in talking to them, you hear the passion behind this program. You understand that they really want to make an impact in these communities and really want to drive change. And that's what we're excited about. So without further ado, Les Biller, Colleen Anderson, thank you.
What does invisibility look like? How does it impact a person, a community, a future? What happens when financial institutions have no way to see the bright minds that lie around the corner? When the talent they need to continue to serve their customers, reflect their community, and grow their business is hidden behind a cultural cloak of invisibility? And what happens to the individuals longing for a career in which their potential is not only seen, but recognized for its immeasurable worth? Since 2006, Bankworks has been that connector, a free, community-based solution, lifting the cloak of invisibility and connecting talented people to meaningful career paths, providing them with the life and professional skills they need to create sustainable careers and lift themselves out of poverty. The local employers also benefit, receiving qualified, aspiring candidates that truly reflect the neighborhoods they serve. We make these connections by partnering with workforce development organizations across the country. Our team is poised to rapidly roll out this proven, transformative program and expand into other industries like healthcare. It's our mission to connect deserving individuals to career opportunities in industries that desperately need their ideas, their skill, and dedication. True potential should never be invisible. Tell you, it's a tough group to follow. Lateef, thank you very much, and Councilman Clarke, Dr. Johnson, it's a pleasure to be here with all of you today. The representation here at this press conference is only indicative of the commitment and caring you all bring to this venture, and we're thrilled to be partnering with you. I'm Les Biller. My wife Sheri and I started the Sheri and Les Biller Foundation in 2001. I'd like to introduce my colleague, Colleen, in the back. She'll be here when we present this big check in a moment. She runs our Bankwork program nationally, and she is the force behind the reason we're here today in Philadelphia. Our foundation, along with JVS Los Angeles, started the Bankworks program more than 10 years ago in LA. You know, most people I know who have been successful in their corporate career can point to opportunities that were given to them, doors that were opened to them by others who took an interest in them and their career. It certainly was the case for me, and I know it probably has been for many of the people in this room. Whether it was a promotion or a chance to lead a special project, there were occasions where others saw something in me and opened a door of opportunity, and then it was up to me to walk through that door. In low-income communities, and especially in communities of color, having others take an interest in you and connecting you to employment opportunities is the key to escaping unemployment and underemployment. Banking and Bankworks is that connector. It opens a door for talented young adults so their skills and dedication can be recognized by potential bank employers. It addresses the barriers that previously have prevented employers from hiring these individuals. Now, 3 years ago, after demonstrating and we had successfully operated the Bankworks program in Seattle and Los Angeles, I approached some of the largest banks in the country and asked them to partner with us in rolling this program out across the country. Wells Fargo, U.S. Bank, and Bank of America agreed to join our family foundation in supporting this national rollout. And today, after successfully placing more than 1,500 talented young individuals in retail banking roles, we're proud to launch this program here in Philadelphia in partnership with OIC. Bankworks opens doors for deserving young adults who have the attitude and the aptitude to be successful and only need some focused training for that ability to shine through. We're excited to partner with OIC, which has an outstanding reputation and an excellent track record of opening career opportunities for individuals in Philadelphia. And I want to call on all of the banks, the credit unions, other financial institutions in Philadelphia, family foundations, and our government partners to get behind this program, both with your funding and, in the case with the banks, with your jobs as well. That's the key to the success of the Bankworks program. That will be the difference between where we are today and placing hundreds of people in banking roles in the not-too-distant future. In the spirit of asking for your support, I'd like to address our support of the Biller Foundation. I think there's a big check here somewhere. Now, I wouldn't try to deposit this one exactly. Colleen, you want to join me? But we're proud to put our money where our mouth is and our money where our commitment to our community is in presenting this check for $30,000 to OIC on behalf of the Biller Foundation. Now I'd like to introduce Wells Fargo and have them come up to the stage. As I mentioned earlier, Wells is our partner on the national rollout of Bankworks. They also support the program in each of the markets in which they have branches and we operate. They were also there from day one, and they were the inspiration for asking us to come to Philadelphia, a request I'm so glad we're fulfilling today. So let me introduce our colleagues at Wells Fargo.
Thank you, Les, and we certainly appreciate all your efforts, you and Colleen's efforts in supporting the Bankworks program and the Biller Family Foundation as well. You know, the true inspiration actually came around the September, October time frame, maybe a little earlier than that, when we had gotten a call from Council President Clarke's office. And they were doing some research on different workforce development programs, as he had mentioned. And the question came up, you know, they found out about the Bankworks program and said, you know, what can we do to bring this to Philadelphia? So after a series of meetings and calls and more meetings and calls, the result is what's happening today. So the inspiration came from the Council President Clarke's office, and we are thrilled to. And you know, it's you know, effective collaboration is a beautiful thing. I'll just say that. Now I got to get to my talking points. If I don't, my communications guy will slap my hand. So we are thrilled. I'm thrilled that Wells Fargo can be a part of the Bankworks expansion in Philadelphia. As one of the national sponsors of this program, we've seen what it can do in two other cities. In two other Wells Fargo markets, Los Angeles and Houston. We have hired a substantial number of graduates from the Bankworks program in both cities. In fact, our Wells Fargo Stories website which you can view at stories.wf.com, has a piece online today that tells the story of Wells Fargo and Bankworks. It features several graduates telling how the program has changed their lives, and I know that in the coming months, we'll be able to add some Philadelphia graduates to this amazing story. I'm also thrilled that OIC is taking on the work of training these future bankers. Wells Fargo has been a proud supporter of OIC for many years. We applaud the organization's critical workforce development programs. These programs have impacted thousands of individuals across the greater Philadelphia area. So Pastor Johnson has done a fantastic job in a short period of time of building on the legacy of Reverend Leon Sullivan. And of course, we cannot thank City Council President Darrell, Clarke, and his staff enough. He has championed this project from day one, and his leadership made today possible. It was a pleasure to work closely with the Council President's office and the City Commerce Department to convince the Bankworks team to come to Philadelphia. And we know this will be a fantastic market for the expansion of the program. At Wells Fargo, we take a holistic approach to education. Whether it's our huge local support for grade school reading, our membership, our mentorship of middle school students through the Future Ready program, or our support of high school internships and college scholarships. We want to hire locally, but our team members have to have a decent education. They also have to be prepared for the work that comes with being a team member in a financial institution. Bankworks delivers on that. Bankworks teaches usable skills. It trains people for jobs that exist, and its graduates make a valuable contribution to the companies and the community. How could we not support this program? Now, even though Wells Fargo has committed $1 million towards Bankworks on a national level, we wanted to do something additional on a local level as well. So I would like, without further ado, I would like to present a check from Wells Fargo in the amount of $25,000 in support of OIC. Council President. Yeah, I was going to say we welcome others to do check presentations as well, so I will now turn it back over to Dr. Johnson.
Thank you. We have a few more speakers. We're going to ask now for Councilman Derek Green, who will come forward. After him will be Duane Bumb, and also Councilman Taubenberger, who is also a board member of Philadelphia OIC and was just elected the secretary. And then lastly, it'll be Michael Cooper from Citizens Bank.
Thank you, Reverend Johnson. As I was reflecting on Atif's comments about starting his career as a banker, I reflected my own start of my career. My first real professional job as a manager was as assistant branch manager at Meridian Bank at Broad and Glenwood, not that far from here. I never would have had that opportunity if I did not first start as a teller. And working as a teller at Meridian Bank, and some of you may remember Meridian, professionals with a personal touch, I still have that ingrained in my mind. But I really learned about customer service, marketing, responsibility, how to handle your cash, manage your drawer, audits, all of those different things you learn in banking. I still count my money a certain way because I started my career as a banker. But giving these opportunities to young people, especially here in the city of Philadelphia, especially here in North Philadelphia, is going to prepare them to be future tellers, branch managers, lenders, corporate executives, and possibly even elected officials. So it's a pleasure to be here. I want to thank the Biller Foundation for creating Bankworks. I want to thank both Wells Fargo, the Citizens Bank, my fellow colleague, Councilman Taubenberger, is a member of the OIC board, Reverend Johnson and Chief Bostic, and also Council President for your leadership, and also former Councilman Wilson Good for bringing this idea together and really bringing this to the city of Philadelphia, because it provides a great opportunity for future leaders to learn through banking like I did at a young age. So thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Duane Bumb, Deputy Commerce Director for the city. I just wanted to sort of echo many of the sort of congratulations that others before me have sort of given here. I first want to start by thanking the council president and other council members, and maybe especially former Councilman Good, for the work that they did to help to bring this great sort of partnership, truly a public-private partnership together between Bankworks, which has got a great reputation, 10 years of track record. We're very honored to have them sort of choose Philadelphia as their next location. And Dr. Johnson and OIC, which in fact has got sort of also an exemplary record for connecting young people and training programs. So it's a great sort of combination. From our perspective in commerce, where this is critically important, where we're connecting young people, generally 18 to 24, the sort of the demographic that has the highest unemployment rate, sort of getting those young people into the workforce with real career opportunities. And as the council president sort of says, and that helps us to create wage tax and other great things for the city. But it also sort of puts people on a career path here. So that's probably the most important sort of part of this, where we're really sort of creating the a career path for young people. This program is important because when you go into this training program, there is a job at the end. So this isn't just a program and then sort of, one wonders. So it really does make that connection between sort of the talent workforce and the job at the end. So I want to thank everyone involved here. This is a great opportunity for the city. We're very excited to be working with this organization. Thanks.
City Councilman Taubenberger, but today really very excited as a board member and secretary of OIC, and also very excited with the leadership that Dr. Kevin Johnson has provided. Dr. Sullivan's legacy is alive and well because of you, and we thank you for that leadership. I also want to thank my colleagues, and particularly Council President, for being here, and Councilman Green as well. Under Council President Clarke's leadership, a councilman's job is to help provide and establish jobs and create jobs and keep jobs. Not always an easy thing to do. A lot of factors that make things harder on that. But to provide the training for these young people to fill those positions, that is the key thing. That they are trained and ready and able to prepare for their continued career, for their start of their career, and that's what makes this so very, very exciting. We're talking about people here in the end and making their people's lives richer and better for all of Philadelphia. God bless you, and thank you all.
Good afternoon. My name is Mike Cooper. I'm Senior Vice President and Regional Director of Public Affairs for Citizens Bank. What can I say that hasn't already been said, so I'll blast through it. I just want to express our pride on behalf of all of my colleagues at Citizens Bank. I'm looking at my colleagues Maura Bailson, who manages public affairs for Eastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware, and my colleague Monica Birch, who's our Community Development Market Manager for the same region, as well as our President Dan Fitzpatrick. We're proud to be a part of this industry today here in Philadelphia. This is a good industry. This provides upward mobility. This helps people finance cars, buy homes, save for retirement, save for college. And to get a new program like Bankworks in the city of Philadelphia that will help open doors for more individuals to join this wonderful sector is just truly phenomenal. I want to thank Les and Les and Colleen for believing in Philadelphia. I've lived here my entire life. This is a great city. The fabric of the city is strong. We need some help from the outside, but we know how to get our things done. This is a wonderful program, and I want to thank you for your belief in us and your investment. I want to also thank Council President Clarke, his entire staff, Councilman Green, Councilman Taubenberger, and all of your colleagues for, again, choosing to focus on workforce development solutions that provide upward mobility and also hiring solutions for companies who desperately want to hire local and need more talent to recruit from. I also want to express my pride as a board member. Every time I walk into this organization and I see the late Reverend Leon Sullivan's portrait on the wall, I'm reminded that I'm part of something special. This organization has worked for this community for nearly 60 years, for over 60 years. And to be a part of something like that and to see the evolution where now we are branching into new sectors for new upward mobility is truly phenomenal and a really proud moment for me as a board member, as an employee of a bank, and also as a lifelong Philadelphian. So thank you to everybody who has participated and helped bring this program to light. Citizens Bank looks forward to participating and contributing to this organization, and we look forward to the future days to come. Thank you.
Again, thank you everyone for coming out this afternoon. We're very excited about launching this program in the fall. And again, we want to thank Council President Darrell Clarke. We want to thank Wells Fargo. And we especially want to thank former Councilman Wilson Good. We had some great email exchanges there. And thanking you, and of course, Les Biller and Colleen Anderson. This concludes our press conference. Thank you again, and imagine OIC.